Hello, you guys, and welcome to Reviews with Whitney D. I am She. Now, if you're new to the channel, do not forget to click that subscribe button to be part of the Witness gang and join the Witness Nation. And head on over to our community tab. There is where you'll see any behind the scenes footage, videos, or pictures of myself, and any updates. And anytime that I'm going to be going live, I will report there first. So get familiar with our community tab and join the conversation there, okay? Now, do not forget to click the notification bell from personalized to all so you can receive any and every upload that I place onto the channel. Now, let's get into it, okay? So I'm bringing you the review on A Fall from Grace. Now, if you guys weren't aware of this movie, it's a Tyler Perry original, okay? And the release date was on the 17th of this month, okay? Now, it's starring Tyler Perry, Mehcad Brooks, Crystal Fox, Brescia Webb, Cecilia Tyson, Felicia Rashad, Adrian Postdard, and a slew of other actors and actresses. But those are the main characters, okay? Nonetheless, if you aren't aware of what this whole particular movie is entitled, it's about Grace, okay? Grace is I want to say not necessarily elder, but she's an older woman, and she is tired of being, lonely, if you will, or tired of just doing nothing with her relationship life or her personal life, okay? And so with that being said, her friend, and let me just pause right here. If you have not seen this movie, you might want to get off of this video because it will be spoilers. Okay, I'm dissecting this movie right down to the ending and then giving my commentary review about it. Okay, so if you have not seen it, stop right here. Okay, you've been warned. All right. So nonetheless, Grace is friends with Sarah, who plays Felicia. Okay. And so she's just venting to her and letting her know that, she's pretty much tired of not having a relationship. Just everything in her life is going well, but she just wants someone to share her life with, okay? And so, have friends do. She's like, okay, I got somebody that you may be interested in. He's a little younger, but hey, and so Grace is like, okay, I'm for it or whatnot. And so she ended up meeting Mehcad Brooks, okay, and I can't remember what his name was in the movie or what have you. Like, just, I mean, it loses me. I'm so sorry, but I'll put it somewhere in here, okay. So she meets him, and it just spirals very fast. She falls head over heel for this guy. Months in, they end up getting married. Okay, so they get married, and then that's when the stuff hits the fan. Okay, and he really ruins her life, steals from her, put her in such a bad situation or whatever, and doesn't divorce her or whatever, waiting basically for her butt to get hauled off and go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So he can keep all this money that he stole from her, that he stole from her her business. Well, not her business, but her company that she works for. Okay, she works at a bank. So nonetheless, time goes on, and she just gets tired of dealing with everything. She makes police reports. She, screams to the world about what she's going through in regards to this marriage, but they can't really do anything. Her friend Sarah is encouraging her to just hang in there for the most part. So then time goes on, and she just gets tired of it. One day it presents herself to take this fool out. So she has a bat, and he's just being very cocky talking to her. She's tired of it. So she goes off on his head, baby. Okay. And so she assumes that she kills him, but she's in this state of shock. She just drives. Okay. Drives so far off where she just drives somewhere in the wooded area, though nowhere, and she gives her friend Sarah a call. Sarah's like, oh no, okay, I'll take care of the body or what have you. So I guess she goes over and does what she does. Next thing you know, you see Miss Grace is in jail. Okay, that's where Brescia, her lawyer, comes into a play, and she is telling her this is an open and shut case for the most part. So Grace is deciding to plead out. She knows she killed the man. She just, it is what it is. And one way or shape or another, her son gets tied into it, and so she basically feels like she wants to take the blame for her friend Sarah as well as for her son. Okay, so time goes on. Tyler Perry is Brescia I guess boss in this, and so he is just like, yeah, this is open and shut. Our company can afford to do anything more. Let's just be done. And so they're all on the same accord. Okay. Well, upon Brescia doing her job as attorney, some stuff comes up and some stuff that she takes notice to. It's like, that's not right. So then she goes back to Grace, played by Crystal, to see if she wants to decide to do something else with her fate, because she feels like it's something more to it, right? And so she convinced Grace, played by Crystal, to change, to go to court with it. Tyler Perry is upset about it, but not for nothing. They go to court. And it really comes out, that she admit to killing this man, but it's nobody, it's nobody. And so with that being said, it still did not go into her favor. She ended up still going off to jail. And Brescia decides to, go over to Sarah, which is the best friend house, I guess, to just, see how she's doing or what have you. Not for nothing, when she goes over there, she sees a lady, an older lady in the middle of the street wandering, which is played by Miss Cicely Tyson. Okay, I hope I didn't mispronounce it at first, but anyway, so she proceeds to take her back into Miss Sarah's house, and the lady is like, "No, I don't want to go back. Please don't let me go back." Blah 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 blah. And so, in conjunction, because I missed out a little part at the very beginning, you see an older lady like jumping off of a 2-story house. Come to find out, in conjunction, it's the same house that Miss Sarah is in, which her husband, to Brescia, the attorney, is a officer. Okay. And so they just kind of are all connected. So with that being said, Brescia, the attorney, goes back and takes Miss Cicely into the house, and she hears some rumbling, tumbling downstairs, so she decides to go down there. Come to find out, Brescia, the attorney, finds all these elder ladies just chained up. I mean, it was a dozen of them, and this, just looked. Oh, guys, they just looked out of it. And so upon her finding that, somebody grabs her. I assumed at first, because they had the same haircut, was her husband grabbing her to let her know, be quiet, we got to get out this house, because he was on his way over there. But it wasn't. Coming to find out, it was Makad. It was the husband that got beat upside the head. He's still alive. And the plot twist, like I said, spoiler alert, Makad and Felicia, their son and mother. So Sarah's son was the photographer that she hooked up with her friend Grace, okay? And he was still alive, okay? That's why it was nobody, because she got it. They was about to let this woman go to jail and keep all the money that they had stolen. It's like a whole thing. Well, whenever that happened, rumbling and tumbling came. The husband really did come, and Brescia ended up grabbing the hold to his gun, and she really shoots Makad, the husband, and he's really dead. But in lieu of doing all of that, his mother, Sarah, played by Miss Phyllis, runs out the house, and she's just gone, right? So with all this new evidence being discovered, they go back to the court, and to put a little more detail in it. When Crystal, Miss Grace, when Crystal or Grace, was being convicted, as she was leaving out, Sarah was holding her son, and she noticed that she had the same necklace on that was her husband's, okay, played by Makad. And so she was putting pieces together, thinking about different scenarios and situations. And she was like, oh my God, like something's not right. This is all adding to. So you put that with Miss Brescia finding out what she did. It was just a whole cocktail of stuff, right? So they go to the court, and they, reveal all this information. Miss Grace, played by Crystal, is released, right? And so upon her leaving and talking to reporters, they asked her, how she feels and things like that. She was like, it's not over. Right? So you see, that's really the end of that. Then you see, as the end of the end, Miss Felicia, Sarah, is at another like elderly place or whatever. It was like a huge estate, if you will. And she's just talking to the lady of the house, saying that, she does this line of work where she works with the elderly and stuff like that. And that's how it ends. Okay. So upon this, I'm going to read one particular review. To be honest with you, if you Google the movie, the audience rating summary is 4.2 out of a 5-star review. So, I mean, not for nothing, you know, it's a lot of mixed reviews, if you will. This one particular review was really not here for it. It's by a Stacy Maria Terrier. She states, unfortunately, I had to give at least 1 star to submit the review. If I didn't have to, it would be rated 0 stars. This movie is unequivocally the worst written 2 hours of film ever. Normally superb actors seem to have lowered the grade of their skill to the material given to them. And it goes on, but I'm going to stop it right there, okay? Here's my review and intake on the movie, okay? A Fall from Grace by Mr. Tyler Perry. Okay, so they had wonderful actors. That's just period, point blank. And to be honest with you, Tyler Perry has a way of twisting the end. This particular movie, I kind of saw how it was going to go. And that's because I do film and script writing and things like that to myself. But not only that, it's just I pay attention to details. And I was just like, something's not right. Something, you know, like the way she's moving, the way she's talking, the way she's pushing, even when times are hard, it just didn't feel right to me. And then I kept saying to myself, I said, oh my God, Grace is talking too much. Like, I have friends that I just tell, you know, so much to. And I've came to find out as getting older that, I mean, you don't tell your friends just everything. Well, I don't. I used to when I was younger, but as an older, mature woman now, no, I'm still not going to tell you just 100% because you still a friend at the end of the day. I don't even tell my family 100% of everything because at the end of the day, things can shift, things can change. So just taking that into consideration, I was like, ooh, like she is talking too much to Sarah. And the advice and information that Sarah was giving her, I just kind of was like, I don't know. Like, you know, if you a true friend, you'll be like, girl, no, get out that situation, blah, blah, blah. She just coming off to me kind of shady anyways. So I kind of was like looking at her sideways anyways, and coming to find out I was pretty much accurate with what was going on. I said to myself, that's either her lover or that's her son. And my niece and her boyfriend was looking at me kind of upside my head. When it happened, I said, I told y'all that was that woman's son. I told y'all, I said, that had something they had to do with each other, you know what I'm saying? And that was her son. And they were just doing this over years, taking these people, taking these old ladies' fortunes and, you know, and just throwing them away, you know what I'm saying, for the most part or whatever. So I kind of knew that. And I can appreciate the film. I like the story. Now, let's get into the freaking obvious. If it wasn't obvious to you, I don't know. Tyler Perry, sir, if you ever watched this video, where did you spend the millions of dollars that we know that you have? I don't understand why in all his movies, all his plays and stuff like that, these wigs, these units are trash. They're garbage. All the money you have, you cannot afford no better units than what you have. Like, dude's wig was shifted. I was like, oh my God, they didn't give him a fade, an edge up, or nothing. It just was slapped on there. And I don't know if it may be because you're producing so many different movies and you're using the same actors and actresses. If y'all ain't noticed, like, what's her name? Crystal. She plays in, you know, a lot of his other shows. I think it's one in particular is The Have and the Have Nots or what have you. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm not sure if Brescia plays in anything, but I don't know if it's just because y'all are over there in your big studio just recording different stuff and you ain't got time. I think you do. Even if you ain't got time, you got money. You got the money to be able to get some better units for your actors. And I just feel like, oh my God, I couldn't pay attention because I'm like, look, my head tilted. I'm looking like, oh my God, like it ain't even faded right. You know, she was in the shower and it was falling on her unit and it looks synthetic. I can't. And I'm just like, some of these lower budget films are way better with the styling of their actors and actresses. And you have money. You have it, sir. You have it. And I just don't understand why these units on these actors and actresses was looking like that. Even yours, sir, it was horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. Okay. It take me back to his play days. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of the units and styling and I would see on your plays. And I get that with plays and stuff like that. It's a distance edit. You're not really up on people. But I just was not here for it. And I think maybe you got away with it with the teaser because the lighting of the videos and stuff like that, and we couldn't really see. But when it was full fledged on, I was like, ooh, wee. The only person that had a decent wig was Brescia, the actress Brescia that was playing the attorney. I was like, oh, okay, but her husband unit looked like, oh, like y'all just took it off of what's his name? Like y'all took Makai's wig off of his head and gave it to Brescia's husband to use. Like y'all just passed wigs around on a set. I don't know, but I just want to hear for the unit. I was not. And in regards to the whole storyline or what have you, I just was not understanding why Grace was so naive. You know what I'm saying? Now I've not necessarily rushed into relationships. Like I met my husband in and like we were moving in together over time, but we were up on a year. We was over a year in before we got married. We moved very fast, you know. We got into our place months in, and then we got pregnant months in, and then we got married months later. But we were already a year into our relationship, and then we got married. But it was like everything was happening like so fast, months, and then I just couldn't understand why she was so naive. You don't be that lonely to where, you know, but that tells you right there why people are, you know, condemning these and I'm inserting this whole thing is in, like I said on one of my other videos, in regards to age has nothing to do with maturity. You see older women put themselves in situations to where it's not conducive to the well-being of them. But here we are in lieu of this whole R. Kelly situation, and we're condemning these girls at the time for not being smarter. And it's just like, oh my God, like you have like a good example in this movie how several older women were getting coerced and put in situations with this younger man, and it was oblivious to the fact. I don't know. I was like, okay, but it stuff was so obvious to me, and I was like, Grace. And then she, like I said, kept talking to Sarah, her friend. She was telling her a little bit too much. I wouldn't told Sarah all of what she was telling her. She was telling this woman too much, and Sarah was not directing her accordingly. Not for me. If it was my friend, the stuff that she was having her do, how she was trying to have her hang in there, I kind of saw stuff. I kind of knew stuff. And then I liked that Brescia, the actor Brescia's husband, that was playing there. I love the fact that how he kept her pushing. He had kept her going. He was like, you know, hang in there, you know. No, she was about to quit and give up. And he was just adamant about, no, like, keep going, you know. And I really appreciate that one little snippet of information that they inserted in there. I thought that was real cool, you know, to see that moment. But I don't know, you guys. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. Did you see a fall from grace? What did you think about it? Let's talk about it in the comments below. While you're there, please take out the time to like, share, and subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so very much and welcome to the Witness Nation. If you are not, do not forget to click that subscribe button so you can be part of the Witness gang and join the Witness Nation with us and get some authentic perspectives of real life situations, advice, celebrity gossip, and more. If that's something you're into, please do not forget to click that subscribe button, okay? Now, not for nothing, do not forget to click that notification bell from personalized to all so you can receive any and every upload that I place on my channel. Do not forget to visit our community tab. There is where you can see any behind the scenes footage pertaining to the channel, as well as any polls or any updates or any live stream information. Sometimes YouTube can miss a notification or come on late. Well, there you'll see when and if I decide to go live there first, okay? Now, I am going on a journey where I am correcting my lazy eye. Yes, yes, yes. You suckers ain't gonna be able to say nothing more, okay? Now, if you are interested in joining me on this journey, please head over and subscribe to my second channel, My Lazy Journey, okay? And I am going to be doing vlogs weekly on that channel and just encouraging people that may have the same issue as I was not born this way. It just kind of happened over time. So head on over to my lazy journey and subscribe. I'm going to be posting my first vlog on February 1st, so join me for that if that's something that is interesting to you. Now, that is it, you guys. I am Whitney D. This is Reviews with Whitney D. Thank you so very much, and I look forward to talking to you more on the next video. Bye.